All right, yeah, I had to get my mic together. I don't think my mic is even plugged up. Hold on. It's not. Sorry, y'all. Welcome to Kamisha Reviews. We are back, and last night was actually an interesting episode. And I don't think I've ever said that. I'm probably the ladies gonna probably agree with me. I don't think I've ever said it, or any of us ever said this was like something to watch, or it was most time it's just we just drag it, and we're gonna still drag this as well. But it's interesting. Let me go ahead and bring up the queens. We got Dina, aka Christina, in the building.
Hello.
Good morning. Well,
good morning.
Really BTV. Hey, mama.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
The undisputed African queen, of course, Mod Afro Mama's in the building.
Don't get it twisted, jumbo.
Your language is so beautiful already. Her language is everything. She's been doing these anyway. I'm sorry. Who's Lee with the T? He's in the back.
Hello.
Hi, Lee.
Hey, Lee.
How we doing?
Good. How y'all doing?
Very good.
Ooh, this episode.
Foolishness.
Hold on. Wait. Before we get it, hold on. Here go confessions coming in. Hello, confessions.
Hey.
This is my confessions. Hey.
There's a whole lot of confessions going on.
Yeah.
Look. Hold on. First of all, I was like, so in this episode, didn't it feel like, you thought it was going to be a beautiful episode about getting married?
No.
And then all of a sudden you felt like maybe it was like a runaway bride.
No.
Not the bride running.
I'm dead.
Listen, it wouldn't have been no episode if it wasn't no drama.
Right, because they promote it as on drama weekend. On Loves Day drama weekend. And they did not disappoint.
But even when they went to the bridal shop,
check out the bride's face. I know she's white and a black one, but
it was dry. You're right, really. It was. Yeah, I ain't never seen people at the this is the last season, and especially the first season. Like in the first season, I felt that when they went to the bridal shop, I really felt that. But last night, that was dry. Yes. Like it was like, okay, my turn. Oh, okay, your turn. So how you
want to get married to these banks?
Foolishness.
They know they ain't ready. They know it ain't happening.
They just going through the motions of the show because first of all, they don't need to be. None of them need to be a couple, let alone get married.
No, I agree. I feel like
I disagree.
Alfonso and Che, they're getting there.
Thank you.
They're getting there.
But here's the thing, Mod. They already got there.
Wait.
Everybody, hold
on. We hit the wrong route already.
Okay, hold on, Mod.
They're putting the work. Okay, they're putting the work.
Mod, what happened? Can you hear us, Mod? Okay, I want to make sure. Can you hear us? Because can you hear everybody? I'm just making sure.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Because I want to tell you something.
Dina, can you hear me?
Yes.
No, I was saying that Alfonso and Che, I can see them getting there, right? I can see the growth, all right? I do not understand the conversation that he had with the ex. Why do you have to bring your mother in this conversation? Like, I'm going to come sit down with with mom and you. I was like, you're an adult. Why do you have to bring your mother into this conversation?
Mom needs to be a part of this equation, too.
Well, let me explain a couple things with that.
Okay.
One, they didn't already got there, okay? Because a couple episodes back, I showed the documents or in the chat or whatever. They got married in Vegas and never filed a certificate. So boom, they already got there, okay?
Yeah.
Then they had an engagement party where none of his family showed up.
Right.
Boom.
Or they may not have been
then you got the mama who is very cool with the baby mama who she thought he was going to marry. So when he brings his mother into the situation, he has to sit her down and be like, look, me and her ain't it. Yes, I left this off in the cliffhanger and it didn't go, I didn't do it right, blah, blah, blah. But okay, this is how it's going to work. Shay, this is my mama, this is the lady that's going to be my wife. The baby mama, like, look, this is my baby mama. She gonna always be in my life. We have a beautiful son together. We co-parent well. She admitted that on the phone. And then boom, she's gonna be in my life. I went about things the wrong way, but we gonna all sit down today, get on the same page, in the same book, on the same chapter, and then we gonna move forward from here. And that's why that has to take place.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but in the conversation that he was having, I felt like the baby mama was having issues because the son was introduced to her way before.
I'm gonna play the conversation.
Well, that's what happened. He introduced his son to Shay before the baby mama.
But I'm gonna say something now. I'm gonna play the conversation. I feel that. As a mother, I get that. But there's some things that the mother was doing was make me feel uncomfortable because this man was trying, in my opinion. But hold on.
Yeah.
I'm going downstairs to have this phone call. Call the baby mother. I had this conversation because I want to clear things up and let them know I'm apologizing for how I've done things in the past. And I'm a little hesitant about making the call, but I understand it's a lot on the line. Shay, family, the kids. So I gotta make the call.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
You all right?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. All right, so listen, I'm calling you because I'm getting help with myself and relationship stuff, and so I'm basically calling to apologize because you was right. I did something the wrong way. I learned that, and let you know that you're still valuable to me. I ain't want you to feel like I cut you off and just hold your way like anything, but you're still valuable to me because my child's mother, so we got to make this work for him as well as for everybody. And make sure these families can come together and be as one.
Yes, you did cut me off. Yes, you did throw me by the way. You're healed now, so you're better. But I'm left broken. It's a certain way to do things in life. When you close a chapter, then you start with another one. You have a new chapter, and everything else is in it.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to start a new chapter. So I'm trying to close it out the right way, which I didn't do the first time. So I'm apologizing. I'm deeply apologizing from the heart for how I handled it.
You're not.
Feel how she got a lot of things to say, like she want to get off her chest, and I get it. But we really have to move on. I mean, it's we're not together. It's I'm to get married, and I want her life to be happy with whatever she chooses to be with. But I still want it to be a conversation, not an argument, not be fussing.
On your end, you're okay. You still have loose ends on my side, but you don't feel that they loose. So I guess I have to screw my loose ends up myself, and then you just go on and you live a happy
Listen. That's what we're doing now. We're trying to. This is the process of starting to tie the loose ends. So I'm having a conversation with you when I get back with mom, and then all three of us go sit down. Me, you, Shay, all go sit down and have a conversation again because we got to make this work for next.
You just have to realize that's just like with children. You don't introduce your new wife or your new fiance to your child before you introduce her to your child's mother. That's just disrespectful.
I just said that. I did it the wrong way.
That's not heartfelt. You just said what you said.
No, I really mean that. I swear to God.
Action speaks louder than words.
Okay, well, that's part of the process. I learned that too. You can't just say words. You got to put action behind it. So I'm putting action behind it, and it's the first step towards that.
I'm willing to make it work, but just to let you know, you just can't say, okay, I went to the psychiatrist. Now I want everything to work for us and we're one big happy family. No, it takes time. We have been an excellent team working together with Dexter. You've been a good father. I've been a good mother. You never let him down. You always there. But remember the past and remember what you did.
You're right. So I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this now. The introducing the child before I completely understand 100%. But this is why men do not want to go and tell baby mom or whatever, the real tea, because of stuff like that. I mean, I can't just completely just say it's all the man. I feel like she was just doing so much even when he was trying, and just I don't know. It was irritating.
She was doing too much. She was doing too much.
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
understand. I don't understand what she was talking, what she meant when she said, you have to close ends on my side. To me, when you say that, it's like we're not being intimate, all right?
She's doing two different things. She talked about tying up loose ends, but then she want to bring up the whole baby thing of him introducing Shay to the baby before her. See, she's contradicting herself anyways.
Come on, confession.
Yep. Come on. Yep.
Well, my thing is this is my take on it. My take is it sounds like in the beginning there was overlap, which he admits when he said that he didn't handle things the right way and that he kind of threw her aside. So he was probably still dibbling and dabbling when he started messing with Shay. As far as introducing the kids first, my question to her would be, have you never had any man you were dating around your child without talking to Fonzo first? I bet you she has. Because
a good question, and probably
she has had a man around their son that she hasn't introduced to Fonzo. So I just feel like I'm, and again, this is coming from somebody that doesn't have children, but I just find it interesting that the custodial parent, because I ain't gonna say it's women, but I find it interesting that the custodial parent feels like the non-custodial parent owes them something that they don't give.
Wow.
And I think,
I said this before. When somebody apologizes, all they can do is apologize.
Right.
So when she kept saying, "Well, you this and you this and you that," and he was like, "I know." Like he was like, "I know. That's why I'm calling you now, and I'm apologizing." And she was like, "Well, I just think you're just going through the motions." All he can do is show her, and I hope that he does, because all he can do is show her.
And I can see.
But he was
what you're saying.
Go ahead, Lee. Go ahead, Lee, Mama.
I feel like the son's mom was just dwindling on what could have been. Like her mom, his mom is a big advocate of her grandson's mother. And so she's like, oh, well, you this, you that, because of the information that was given by his mom. So and that's just my speculation, but she's like, oh, I'm the golden mother of the children, so I'm gonna, whatever I say, pretty much go.
Because she has been made to feel that way, right?
Yes. I believe she has the first child, and it's a son. So she's feeling like she's the golden mother. She didn't lay a golden egg.
The first child with Alfonso, I thought that Alfonso was showing some on social media.
Well, he has. I mean, maybe it was the first one he accepted, because I think there's one or two that's older. That's older, but what I'm saying is, it's like, you have kids out of wedlock and they don't actually get recognized 100% at the family reunion, family functions. But then you got the one child where maybe they were in a relationship and was introduced properly to the family, so that's kind of like the golden child, is what I'm saying. Like, I'm coming from I'm coming in thinking outside the box, because I've got multiple siblings in a similar situation like this. So sometimes men do have children and it's like, yeah, that's my kid, but I only see them on weekends, holidays, school breaks, summer, whatever. And they don't get that formal introduction to the family. Whereas if him and this particular baby mama, if they were in a long-term relationship, it's almost like there's a built-in relationship with the family, because I was already cool with the family. Then I had a baby. They're more accepting. So you laid a golden egg, basically.
And let me say this too, and this is pure speculation, because I have nothing. This is just my opinion. If her and Fonzo, whatever the boy name is, if they had this merry-go-round and they had a pattern, and if the pattern for them is, we break up, you see somebody else, I see somebody else, we get back together. We break up, we get back together. We break up. So maybe in the beginning, she wasn't worried about Shay. She wasn't threatened by Shay, because the pattern is that he comes back around. And this time he's not doing it. And I don't think, this is my opinion again, I don't think that the way it started was the problem as much as Shay wasn't temporary. Shay wasn't somebody that he was messing with in between.
Absolutely.
I believe that that's part of the problem with his mother as well. I think that's why his mother ain't worried about getting close to Shay, because it's like, well, this is what he does. I'm not about to sit here and invest my energy in every woman every little woman he bring around. Like, no, like,
right.
And they already know what it is. Right. So now he has to prove to his mom and to the baby mom that, listen, I've broken the pattern. I'm not coming back. She is here. She's here to stay. And
I believe I will agree with Really B on that. I totally 100% agree. Because the way that she made the statement that Monique King just brought up, she was like, he chose to be in a relationship with me, not you. So I feel like even if they, not to contradict what I just said, because that was a different scenario, even if it's we kicking it, you go see other people, we kicking it, you go see other people. So like you said, she always felt like he was going to come back. But then he gets with Shay, and Shay's not temporary. She's permanent. She's long term. I'm like I said, they didn't already went to go get married.
And
so when you realize that, okay, he's not done playing with his new toy and he's not coming back, at some point in time you have to wake up and look at yourself in the mirror and realize the reality that's going on around you and be like, okay, I'm not the choice. I need to move on. Which, she did her post or comment or whatever that she's moved on. But, and who knows how they edited it for, TV purposes or whatever. But I agree that he's trying to say, I know I'm jacked up, I effed up, but hey, I'm fixing myself. And in fixing myself, I had this revelation. I did everything wrong. The fact that she couldn't even see, she's like, well, I'm left broken. So that to me says, I still thought you was coming back.
Yes, she thought you.
And that goes.
Welcome. I'm sorry. Welcome, Abby Reviews, and welcome, Stacy B. Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
But real quick too, I want to go on to this about the dress shop before I forget my thought, because I've been sipping. When she was like, we never picked out a dress before, so did you get married in a swimsuit or a tracksuit in Vegas? Because how would you never have picked out a dress but you got married? I'm just asking. Those in the back.
There were no television cameras around. That's why she's acting like.
Oh wow!
Well, remember, because we putting on they're still putting on a facade. So they are portraying that they never.
They already said a couple episodes back that they went to Vegas and got married, but they never filed the paperwork. And then they had the big engagement party, and nobody from his mama wasn't there, his son wasn't there, or whatever. So you mean to tell me, you didn't pick out a dress, several dresses for the engagement party, because I believe she had 2 wardrobe changes. And you mean to tell me you was in Vegas and you got married in whatever the hell you had on? Yes. And she's so extra. Nothing wrong with being extra. Actually, I love Shay. I love her whole look. And the hair, the makeup, and she does it all herself. Don't get me wrong. I love Shay as a person. I don't necessarily love her with Alfonso, but I do love Shay as a person. I like her essence. So it's extra, and as when I step out to go to Quick Trip, I'm gonna be fine as hell. You mean to tell me you got married in Vegas and didn't pick out something fly?
Yes. Yes.
Well,
that's exactly.
I find that hard to believe. If they said to pick out one lie, if they said on this episode, pick out one lie, that is the lie that Shay did not look fly.
Hold on, just a second, ladies. I really want to hear from Abby and Stacey. They just came in. I really want, especially Abby, because her face gives me.
Abby doesn't give a damn.
Yes.
There it is. Abby is like, what are you talking about, you guys?
I don't care.
I was gonna say that and get married. I told you.
Abby is like, who is Shay? Who is Shay? Go ahead, Abby.
Not hit the Fernando.
Wow, that's a lot. So first off, there should be a 4th option on this poll that says nobody's getting married.
I agree.
2, the baby mama is speaking from a place of hurt. This nigga has been playing reindeer games with her the entire time. he's known this whole time that it was never gonna be her. But he liked whatever she provided for him. So he has been keeping her on and telling her this and that and these things and that things to continue to keep her on the merry-go-round with the slither of hope that one day he would get his shit together and everything would be like he said it would be. And now that he's on national TV with this other woman talking about she's supposed to be the one he wants to marry, now it has become very apparent to her that it is not going to be her, and she is in her fear. That's all I heard in that conversation is the hurt of her coming to the realization, baby girl, it is not you. It doesn't matter that you've had his baby. It doesn't matter that his mama love you. It doesn't matter that the whole family only knows you. You, beloved, are not his choice. And don't matter how many backflips you do on his dick. It don't matter if he can call you at 3 o'clock in the morning if something goes wrong, and you gonna stop your whole life and come take care of him and do whatever it is that he needs to do. Beloved, he is just using you, and she is coming to that realization, and that's what that conversation was. And the fact that this nigga has gone to therapy and now he's in a better place does not mean that she's in a better place. Just because you are in a place where you have seen that you've done wrong, that you can apologize, doesn't mean that I'm in the place where I can receive your apology. That's not what that is. Just because you say I'm sorry doesn't mean I have to accept it.
Listen,
I may not
but
collection
Abby,
place.
but
I
Abby,
could still be in my healing journey. You got to get to a place where you are okay with what happened sometimes before you can accept the apology from the person who hurt you.
right. But
So
Abby, you also have to
therefore,
realize.
I have no issues with what she said, how she said it, the tremble in her voice when she talked to him, because I have been in that place and I understand what she's
tremble.
She was trembling, but
there
listen,
was
we're
her
gonna
voice,
play
her
that.
voice was
But
jacked
Abby,
on
you
that
also,
conversation,
Abby,
and I feel like he kind of blindsided her. He's like, "I'm gonna call you because it's such and such and such," so that she was half prepared, but she wasn't fully prepared for what he was about to say to her.
She wasn't ready.
But Abby, you also have to realize that she feels comfortable in this position because she's loved by the mother, the mom-in-law. Okay, she's been welcomed into the family, and so she feels there's nobody else who is gonna take over.
But she also put herself in that position. She don't. The thing about it is, regardless of the fact, your position.
You can't go by the mama.
No,
that's not who you laying up with every night.
Exactly, I agree.
They play a big role though.
They do play a big role, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, a whole bunch of mamas can love you. Don't mean you gonna get a ring. I still go to my ex-husband's mama's house.
Whispering the right things in your ear, and half of his actions are aligning to what he says. It'll put up a nice facade to trick you into thinking that something is what it isn't.
Y'all.
Okay, that's my sister. That's my sister. That's why I was like, "What you say?"
Can y'all please cut the bullshit? Like, the old girl told us in the conversation. She knew Shay has been here. She knew this. She just feels entitled. Some people think that they will always have access to you because you might have a kid with them. Like when we see this toxic behavior from men, we call it out. But now we're seeing a woman doing it, feeling like she always has a pass to Fonzo, that he owe her something. No, the whole closure shit is bullshit. Let's start there. Everybody is not entitled to, nor do they need closure. Now, yeah, do I feel empathy for her? Yes. But where she is because of herself. She got in her way. She can see this ain't Alfonso hasn't been with Shay for a year, not a year and a half. We talking about 3 years. So 3 years later, we need to have the conversation. I don't care. Say he strung her along. Say he strung her along.
No, I'm not gonna roll with that one, beloved. I'm not gonna do that.
No, he lived with her.
One, we don't know all of the facts. First of all, Fonzo is proven to be a liar.
Right.
So let's start there. So we don't know what lies and fallacies. First of all, y'all talk about Shay had to force her way into my mama's house in order to get a fucking introduction. So you mean to tell me that if she had to force her way into his mama's house to get an introduction, that the baby mama knew anything about her?
Yes.
Do you really think that?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh no,
Yes, yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Absolutely
Yes,
not.
she did.
You can't
Yes.
tell me that Fonzo wasn't playing reindeer games with that baby mama to keep people
But just
not
like you
only
say
with
that, you
her,
can't say
but
that he
with
was
all
playing
his
in her. He
family.
wasn't playing with her,
Absolutely
and
not.
she was cool with it.
You're not gonna shoot me that, and I'm running with it.
Yes,
No,
She
ma'am.
was playing. She was playing
I'm
with it,
going
and she
because
was cool with it. She was cool with it the
she
whole
was
entire
cool with
thing.
it. They
Exactly.
knew
Once she
this
found
entire
out,
time.
I'm sure.
Hey, sis.
They knew this entire time. They knew this
Yes,
entire
I
time.
agree. I really do.
People got to be accountable. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I'm good with it. I'm saying
Right.
this is what it was. They've been knowing Shay was here, and that's Shay's problem, is that no one ever acknowledged her. Is it at the fault of Alfonso? Yes, absolutely. Was he around here playing games, running games? Yes, absolutely. But to pretend like this whole woman did not exist for 3 years, we would be kidding ourselves.
I don't think she pretended
That
she
would be
wasn't.
delusion
No,
at its
I
finest.
think her importance and her role
Mm-hmm.
was underplayed by Fonzo this entire time.
I agree. I completely agree.
I think that's what that was.
I completely agree.
All that falls to the feet of Alfonso. She can't be mad at the. She can't be mad at the baby mama.
Because I'm sure the baby mama was like, well, girlfriend can't be that serious if his mama don't know nothing about her.
Oh, for sure,
if
you know
the
she
family
said
don't
that.
know nothing about her.
No, the mama knew about her. The mama just didn't have her around. It's a difference.
Right. But she was sitting there feeling entitled, talking about, that girl temporary. The mama don't have a relationship with her like I have a relationship with her.
But she did feel entitled because of Alfonso not doing the right thing, which he admitted.
Right.
He admitted everything, and she still wasn't happy because she is hurt. Like Abby said, I do believe she's hurt and wishes that she was in that position. Or always thought, no matter who it is, he always come back to me, and thought he was gonna be coming back to the crib and find out he's really leaving. He's really moving on. She can't deal with it. She can't take it.
Yeah. Like that real stuff, that real moving on stuff. That's what hurt. That's the hurt part. Like I remember, when I first, when I first, me and my ex first separated, and then we first got a divorce. It was all cool. But then maybe a year or two went by. Then that's when I started catching heat, and people started acting crazy with me because again, until you realize it's over, I think that's when all of your feelings culminate. So I agree with you, Abby, and the rest of you ladies about that. Yes, she's genuinely in her feelings. She feels the way. Yes. Does she have a right to? In her own right? Sure. Yes. But does she also have some responsibility here? Does she also go about things with a sense of entitlement? Like she's telling this man, okay, she's playing games with him right on back. He's like, no, I'm sincerely apologize. No, I don't believe you. No, you don't. How you gonna tell this man he ain't being sincere? Whether he is or not, accept what he's giving you.
Because he's probably lied 1,000 times
this is
before.
not the first time that he's apologized.
But you know what I think?
And did the same thing over again.
She don't want to accept it because she doesn't want closure. She doesn't want the
She
closure.
doesn't.
I don't think it's that she doesn't want closure. I don't think they're in the same space. They're not in people's journey. Don't run parallel all the time.
Right.
And
right,
because
Abby.
she's ready to say I'm sorry and all of these things doesn't mean that she's healed enough to be able to accept the apology.
Mm-hmm. But if you look at the message, at the same time, if she says, I've been waiting for you to apologize, then he give you what you want. He just sat here and gave you everything you wanted and asked for from him regarding the closure, and that still isn't enough. You know why? You still want to deal with him.
Yes. Well, you can tell from that bad grammar message that she wrote, she still got ill feelings because even after she wrote what she wrote, she had to throw in the lying and the cheating and that he need to fix himself. Those are digs, shade, whatever you want to call it. She is not in a place to receive what she was asking for.
We don't know what Fonzo has been doing since the show.
That's what I'm saying.
He could have been where he apologized because she could have been at going to the movies to see Doctor Strange, and Fonzo was there with another broad, and she was like,
whatever. Yeah, and I totally agree.
So, but
I totally agree with you on that. That's why I said she wasn't believing the call because
I see you for your
he's
work.
probably lied 1,000 times.
What?
If that's the case that maybe she did, I don't know. It's all a mess. I just
No,
feel
but
like
I honestly feel like he was lying to her.
Really?
Or he's tried to creep his way back into her bed since that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's
it's
one right
recorded.
there.
We don't know what didn't happen since then. I mean, for all we know, they're not together allegedly, or that they are. Because I feel like that's if any couple going to make it, in my opinion, to be them. Really, BTV, go ahead, Mama.
So, no, seriously, no. I honestly, the thing is this. Maybe she was side chick that was promoted. That's fine. Maybe, but I think, and I said this even when it first happened, going back to the first episode, y'all can go back and y'all can rewind the tape. I said at the beginning that I don't think the story that Shay was telling about the mother not knowing about her, I don't think she was using the right words. I don't think it was ever a situation where the mother didn't know who she was. I think it was a situation where the mother didn't care because the mother was like, you just another one. I don't think, I think that Shay wasn't using her words correctly in the sense of he doesn't let his mother know that I am special. He doesn't let his mother know that our relationship is serious. Mama just think I'm another one of his chicks, which she probably was in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
She got promoted, and that happens, right? A man
really be
not promote a new position.
Be. That
Right,
makes really be.
I mean,
women
that
makes
do
100. That makes 100% sense in the context of her seeking the mother's acknowledgement of their relationship. What everything you just said fits with that Shay is seeking that acknowledgement from Fonzo's mom because she probably thought, oh, it's another one. You know what I mean?
Another
you're
one.
100.
Right,
you're making sense.
Another one.
Right, because even going back to our resident detective on the squad, Dina said from the very beginning that that's the only couple that had each other on social media. They had a whole engagement party that had everybody and their cousin there. You're not going to tell me his family doesn't know who Shay is, and that his family doesn't know that Shay is quote unquote important to him. But if he doesn't insist, if he doesn't put his foot down, 100%. If he doesn't make them acknowledge her, and I think that I just think she didn't know how to use her words. Mm-hmm. I think that's what she's been wanting from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. I find this very interesting. This is what I call the American problem. We don't have it in Africa.
American problem.
It is
we don't have in
Africa.
Wait,
I want to hear.
Hear me out.
I'm listening.
Hear me.
Oh my God.
We don't have.
Okay, save you, girl.
We do not have these issues in Africa. We don't have those issues.
What issues of what? What issues?
Of a girl feeling that, there's a baby mama. She has this kind of a relationship with the in-laws. And so there's another new girl coming in. And we do not have. Listen, we don't have those issues over there. No.
Okay, so explain to me why. Why?
Because y'all, they don't have
because,
the over there.
Because once you pregnant somebody, then it doesn't matter what you do. You're gonna have to marry that person. All right. And if you choose not to marry, you're not gonna have to come bring another person when the child is so young. Not 2 years, not 3 years, not 4 years, not 5 years, not 6 years. All right. We're not doing that.
So wait a minute. First of all, Ma, I love you, girl. But first of all, making somebody marry the person that got pregnant doesn't eliminate problems when it comes to emotions and relationships. Because that same person once upon a time here in America, that was the status quo as well. So you got somebody pregnant, you married them, whether you wanted to or not, you married them.
Yes.
But that didn't mean that the marriage was good. That didn't mean that people didn't step out.
And
that didn't mean that it didn't get complicated and messy.
But real big, I'm not saying that. I am not saying.
Don't speak for the whole continent. That's not fair.
But
really be saying it again for the people in the back.
I'm not saying that the marriage is like, okay, so then you have impregnated somebody and then the marriage is gonna be good. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you're not gonna bring somebody else in this family. You're not gonna bring somebody else in this clan. You're not gonna bring somebody else until you have shown us that, Okay, this is a family that have tried everything that I can to make it happen, and it did not happen. You're not gonna be everywhere in the city just because you're famous, just because you have, and then it's not happening.
Interesting.
It's not happening.
Just a quick question, I just have a question.
Yeah.
Who justifies if you've proven yourself to leave the marriage that you in when you get somebody else pregnant? That's one question. The second question is, if a person in Africa gets someone pregnant and they have to marry them, when he step out on his marriage and he gets somebody else pregnant, do he marry that girl too?
Depends.
I'm just asking.
Well, they can have multiple wives.
They can have multiple wives.
Oh snap, Mod.
They can have multiple wives.
It depends.
They can have multiple wives. That's true. But
so you don't have.
See, that's the problem. That's not the problem, but that's the issue.
Marry multiple people in Africa.
Dina, the first wife has to feel respected. The first wife has to.
That sounds like a pimp in his.
Involved in the process. The first
my money.
Where's my pimp cup at? Because this sounds like.
And the reason why you don't have this problem in Africa, Mod, is because you can marry multiple people. You can't marry multiple people in America. You can,
unless you live in Utah and you're Mormon.
Everywhere. Like not everywhere in Africa. Like my husband is not gonna bring anybody else over here.
Is that common for you, Ma? Is that common for you?
Oh,
hallelujah.
Interesting.
I guess.
So, Mom, let me ask you a question. So now that you over here in America, wait, hold on, Ma. So would it be okay for your husband to have other wives?
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. I was just asking.
Listen, even if I was in Kenya, where I come from, he's not gonna bring anybody else. We're not doing that.
Mom said, so I'm the queen bee. You only need one of me.
The undisputed African queen.
Okay,
guys, I do want to get into the one that's good that ran away.
Oh my God.
We're gonna get into Shorty.
Woo, come on, bring on Shorty and Kenneth, because I got some words. I got some words.
Wait.
I was having nightmares last
Hold on, wait. Because I know everybody's gonna have something to say about this, okay? And because it was a hot mess. But
hot ass.
Look, I didn't know. I'm not even gonna blame it on alcohol because I know that everyone's gonna say that it was the courage and all that stuff. I just think that that's the way he felt. Yeah,
he felt that way, and he was done and over it. And he was tired of her shit.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one song is When a Woman's Fed Up, but they need to come out when a man's fed up because he read her from the ceiling to the floor.
But you know what? He did say something that made me think when he said, normally I would go back to her. So I have to admit that this is probably a pattern that he's done before, gone off for her or whatever. I'm out, and the next day he's like, baby, I love you, or whatever it is that he says to her.
He said he was the comeback king in one of his lives. He said he was the comeback king
because he was on TV and all these things and people looking at him. He's feeling like he's just feeling all out of whack. I don't know. Really, people say, Mom, I saw you hit your hand in my fucking teeth.
I mean, I just know that I'm probably gonna be on the opposite end of this conversation. So
but you always somehow make it make sense, really.
Everybody feels
right every time.
That's a normal spot anyway.
This all I'm gonna say. Everybody feels sorry for Kenneth, but did y'all listen to what he said? Because
I don't feel sorry for him.
I heard him. I did hear him.
Hold on.
If you were listening to what he was saying, he was validating and he confirmed a lot of what Shorty has been saying. If y'all listen to him, he was confirming a lot of what she's been saying.
Yeah.
Which number one, when they were at the cuddle, first of all, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
Really
go and pay somebody to show you how to cuddle. That's just some
right. I couldn't. And they were very awkward.
It was just dumb. But neither here nor there. If y'all listen, when she asked him about the finances, he could not give her a definitive conversation.
Yeah.
And remember last week how he was like, she ain't gonna sit here and act like I ain't never paid nothing and I never did nothing. But when she brought it up, why he didn't say it in that moment? He didn't say, well, Shorty, you act like this is new. Like this, you act like if he had said, Shorty, You know I'm going through something right now. I've always been there. We've always been able to take care of the bills. But that's not what he was saying. He couldn't give her a straight answer. All she wanted was, listen, right now, you're not helping. It sounds like he's unemployed, is what it sounds like. It sounds like he ain't working.
Hold on.
Real
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
So that's one example. The other example was like y'all said, when he was like, yeah, this is what I do. Yeah, and he even admitted it. Yeah, I know I'm toxic. Yeah, I know I do too much. Yeah, I know. He was like, I mean, I'm gonna call her tomorrow and I'm just gonna, beg to come back. Like he admitted that this is what they do, and he admitted that he is toxic and that he pushes the envelope. He admitted that. Now I'm not saying Shorty don't have her shit, because I ain't saying that either. But I'm listening and I'm like, so basically you're confirming everything that this woman has been saying about you. I'm not going to say that Shorty never helped. I mean, that
Mod, I got something to say before you say that. Mod, hold on.
No.
Hold on, Mod.
No. Let me just finish my sentence. I'm gonna be done after this. Let me finish my sentence. I'm not sitting here saying that Kenneth never helped with bills. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he was never, he never helped in the relationship. But it sounds like right now he's not contributing. That's the only thing that I'm saying. I'm not saying it's always been that, but it sounds like in this moment, Shorty is like, listen, I need you to carry your weight. And not only are you not doing it, you can't give me a plan. You can't tell me how and when and what that's going to look like. And I don't think that's unfair. I don't think that's unreasonable for her to ask him. Now I'm done. Y'all go ahead.
I don't. This ain't got nothing to do with that. Journey to Jasmine. Welcome to the chat. Hold on, Mod.
What the heck is she talking about?
Welcome to the chat. I have seen you here before, and I've watched and I sat back and I really don't say anything, but you've made comments like this all the time, and I'm just trying to figure out what is the actual tea. I have no problem you being here or whatever, but it seems like when you do say something, it's like that. Like, y'all are wrong. You said something negative last time in my chat. So, and I'm not saying that's negative, but, you said you're the only one making sense. I'm like, okay.
No. And I appreciate what she's recognizing about what Real B is bringing to the table. But
no, that only, there's something else behind that.
Don't come dissing us over here.
I don't like that.
And
I like that.
My whole thing is,
you're throwing some kind of shade in my chat.
There's multiple people that agree with what Really B saying. That Really B was saying. So
no, that's had nothing to do with this. She's all throwing shade in my chat. It really had nothing to do with.
Me, well, fuck her. Come on, but let's continue on with this panel.
Alicia.
Listen, I ain't got time to be going back and forth with people.
I would say I need to drink something stronger, but I'm already on tequila, and I mean,
I'm not going back.
I might well drink airplane food.
But I have a question. What makes Shorty take 3 years, 3 good years, to realize that the partner that you're in love with is not bringing anything to the table? Okay,
but here's the thing. Wait, hold on. Here's the thing. I don't understand why she's getting upset in this moment. I fully understand Really B's statement that, okay, currently he might be unemployed. He's not bringing in no money. Mm-hmm. But there was a time where you both were equally doing things, or maybe he took care of a little bit more. Then you get on this platform where you got a little bit more money than him. He's going through a downtime. And granted, they're not married. So, but, in a relationship, there are, or, whatever, it's going to be ups and downs. So it's like when everything is flying great, you ain't got no problems. Absolutely. When you're making money and he's not making money, now there's a problem. I'm not saying that that's, what it is. I mean, there are many problems beyond the financial with this relationship. The way they talk to each other, it's on both sides. I'm not for one or for the other. I'm just glad liquid courage or not, because they say who tells the truth? Drunks, kids, and people who are married.
Hallelujah. Shorty,
okay, so regardless of how he got to his truth serum, he said what he said and he meant what he said. And then he's like, okay, normally, yeah, I would come back. Like I said, some of the very first lives he did that we were all on, he admitted, I'm a comeback king. You know what I'm saying? You get stuck on that one person, you break up, you get back together, you break up, break up to make up. And that's an old song or whatever, whatever the case is. But like I said about all of these couples from the very beginning, they are comfortable with each other because nobody outside of that person they're with is going to put up with their toxic bullshit. So they get complacent and comfortable and whatever words you want to use, like this person's going to put up with me. But then even at one point in time or another, these people get sick of each other and they get to their breaking point. And I think with a little bit of liquor, Kenneth got to his breaking point. And regardless, he said what he said. They don't need to be together. So however it happened, it needed to happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and Shari is a good example of many women out here who are just staying in a toxic relationship just because sex is good. Okay, and it doesn't have necessarily to be sex.
I'm not gonna. I don't know about that. But okay, confession. Let me ask you a question. So the things I know what everyone is saying, but that's why I said I'm not like protecting him or anything like that, because even when they had the argument and she was sitting there like calling her ugly,
3 years.
It was so gross.
I didn't like that. That you weren't my normal flavor or whatever. That's just like, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, he was. I feel that she has tried to hurt him, get him where it hurts, and he was at that point like, okay, I'm not doing nothing right. You know, you talking about me this way, that way, and the third. You say I can't contribute. He hurt his ego really bad. Probably from first of all, it's because he was, you know, there financially for her and everything in the beginning, and then the roles have flipped, and now she want to be like this. So he like, really? Because she's not telling that story, but I feel like he's also trying to save face for her there, but still letting her know, look, you ain't gonna do me like this. I ain't gonna put all your business out there in the street like that. But I'm about to let you know what's real. You don't hurt me, and now I'm about to hurt you. And of course, the liquid courage. But you can see in the past episodes, he has felt like, okay, I'm over this. Because you remember at the first time, he was always the only one who had his arm around her on the chair. Now these days, you see him taking that arm down like he don't even want to be in her area no more. So he has been feeling this for a couple of episodes already. And I feel like it was just at that point.
That's what they portraying.
The question was asked, are you ready to get married? And even he realizes that. She realizes that, and he realizes that too. And now he probably sees that, you know what, this ain't going to happen. So let me show out anyway, because maybe that'll help me not come back. Like he said, I'm the comeback king. Maybe if I can do all of this, maybe I'm probably like, okay, I ain't coming back. And I'm going to make sure I ain't coming back. So I'm about to do all of this to the point she won't even take me back. Yeah, I agree with that. Sometimes, you know, you got to self-sabotage to get the desired result.
I think he was drunk when he was talking to her.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can see that he was sipping and refilling his glass and whatnot. But I think it's a double-edged sword because, one, you got to...
Y'all hear that back?
Yep.
That's me. That's me.
I'm glad. So when would you like to go ahead and finalize everything?
Hey, it's ASAP on this end.
It's ASAP on this end.
I appreciate it. I think it's powerless to wait until you're drinking alcohol and doing all of that. Either way, I'll take it
Cut the
all.
bull. That's your scapegoat right now. Because you do this all the mother time, and guess what? I'll be right back on amongst you.
See, I ain't like that. I did not like any of that. I did not like any of that.
I mean,
they shouldn't have showed all that. But again, we can't judge people because we sin differently. Because certain people got a DUI because they was out drinking and driving, and but then they want to judge folks.
No.
They want to judge folks. Don't judge me because I sin differently than you.
No. If we're gonna throw shade, we're gonna throw it all the way. Shorty was caught was drunk driving. She was the one who got the DUI. If we're gonna
so how you gonna sit up here and talk bad about this man drinking in his home and saying what he said, but you was out drinking and driving and could hurt other people? You can't judge people when you doing the same thing they do.
I didn't take it that way. I don't think she was judging him because he was drinking. I think she was talking about him getting that liquid courage because he was drinking.
Well, no, in the beginning she did say you need to calm down. I understand the part of the liquid courage part, but in the beginning she was there is a feedback.
That's true.
Everybody muted. Is everybody muted? I don't know who it was because I thought it was me at first. Who's muted?
Everybody's muted. Well, not me now.
Well, no, I'm not echoing now, sis. That's why I'm trying to figure out who. I don't know. I mean,
all I'm saying is she tried to make the spin about him being drunk or whatever. And all I'm saying is don't throw. Here, like I said this to Kamisha, the quickest way for somebody to stop smelling your shit is to shovel somebody else's shit on top of it so that they can get redirected to focus on the other person. So all I'm saying is that don't be shifting the blame and trying to throw narratives when y'all are both equally jacked up in this situation is what I'm saying. I believe it's a 50-50 on the toxic levels of what they got going on. It's 50-50 because y'all break up, y'all both come back together. That's an equal agreement. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was together. Y'all was both making the same or around the same amount of money. Now you make more money.
He unemployed. Know how much some people was making, Dina.
No, if you look at the videos on Kenneth's YouTube page, they was about equal. They would I don't know what they take home and gross net income was. What I'm saying at that point in time, y'all felt equal. Everything was great. Now you got a little bit more money. He's unemployed. It's a problem. But if you in it to win it, if you in it for the long haul.
Listen, it is a problem. I'm sorry. I don't know nothing more than what they tell us. But for me, it
Can
is
you hear me?
problem.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say with the DUI, I really feel like that because it came after the lawsuit. Now, I'm not saying that's good she did that, but I was wondering did that kind of drive her to drink because she said that she was having like problem mentally and stuff like that. So
for all we know, she could have been out with her girlfriends and had one too many, and she got pulled over by the police. Like her getting a DUI, it don't mean I don't see what that has anything to do with anything.
I'm just saying, me personally, don't tell me I need to stop drinking if you got the same problem as me. Don't tell me that I need to stop doing XYZ and you do the same thing as me.
It doesn't.
It's like one crackhead telling another crackhead they need to go to rehab.
Exactly.
But that's not to me. That's not the same thing, y'all. To me, it's
not. That's not a fair assessment.
Let me say this. I'm gonna be honest. In full disclosure,
if y'all went down the street, anybody could get a DUI in this moment, well, except for me because I don't drink.
And they could, but what I'm saying is, don't tell me I need to stop doing something.
Hold on.
But she was saying it based on how he was acting at the time. She wasn't saying it, and y'all know I ain't her biggest fan.
Nobody said she had a problem.
Right? She wasn't saying it.
Oh, I did. Oh.
No, I didn't say she had a problem. What I said was, don't judge me when you already had an issue. It's like that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's an issue. And okay, I just don't see.
Well, I'm saying we don't know.
Let me just be honest. But for the grace of God, I could have had DUIs. There have been times when I left the club.
But we don't know if he was
I could have had plenty. I'm letting y'all know I surely could have had plenty.
I have a drinking problem. That doesn't mean that I have an issue.
What I'm saying is we could say the same about, we don't know if typically we saw him drinking that whatever he was drinking on the TV show doesn't mean they had a drinking problem because she said that. I feel like she was saying he telling him to calm down because she knew he was going to get rowdy or like what he did anyway.
Oh, that's what I was getting ready to say. But to go back to what Kamisha was saying, she was saying that she didn't like, how they portrayed it, but that's how they argue. That we got a glimpse of what they arguments look like when it's that to that level. They was on,
and they both go below the belt. That was my statement. If you're going below the belt on me after you've had an issue, then you know what I'm saying, it's hypocritical to me. Not speaking for everybody in the universe. I'm just saying you're sitting up here talking about me drinking and you've had this particular situation. I'm not trying to compare the two. I'm just saying you're throwing digs at me for drinking and you've had this issue and you're trying to portray to America like I have a problem or this is that and the third, or I got liquid courage, but you have this issue. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Don't throw.
Yeah,
don't throw.
Like I said, don't judge me because I sin differently than you. And matter of fact, in this particular situation, y'all both sinning in the same vicinity, and one took it outside the house and got a DUI, and now you on the TV trying to portray him as XYZ because of the situation. That's all I'm saying.
And I still don't understand. I still don't understand why she seems to be the one footing everything. Like, don't put your feet on my couch that I bought. Don't do
it. Wasn't
and then she kicks him. And then she
never
kicks
been
him
able
out.
to before, and that's why.
Well, Hair Lover, I don't have an exact example of what was below the belt. I'm just saying you can tell by the things he was saying. I don't know about editing or nothing like that, but I could tell by the way they argue, they go deep. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they showed us everything, but I do feel like when they argue, it goes to the bowels of hell.
We don't really know anything. How do you know he has a problem? Is what I'm saying. I mean, any of them for that matter. I mean, like I said about DUI. Look,
I'm not saying anybody has a problem. I'm just saying
somebody in the chat said it. Someone in the chat said it.
Phil said he does have a problem. I mean, you can't. Okay, to answer Hair Lover's question, she said, what was below the belt? When she was like, you came here with some trash bags and I'm packing up all your shit and some trash bags. That was below the belt.
That ain't below. No, it ain't. That was after he done acted a whole monkey fool and said that you ain't my type. And then after all the stuff that he said to her, you think that was below the belt? Please,
Michelle Obama.
No, I mean, hey, and you know what? Let me tell you something real quick. Me and Alicia lived next door to these people in Atlanta, and they used to fight every weekend. Every weekend she was putting him out, and every time she put him out, he had 2 trash bags and a box of some beloved Nikes, and he would get in the cab and go wherever he went. He came with trash bags. He left with trash bags. And I damn near fell off my bed with the whole trash bag comments because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen.
It was, if the thing about it was true, he didn't deny it. I mean, obviously you did come with trash bag. And that really says a lot, to be honest. That's how you came into her apartment with the, and I don't want to judge him either. I feel like I'm just being super judgy, but I'm saying she wasn't lying. He didn't deny you came with trash bag and you left with that. You talk about financial things, but you don't have anything. So what are you saying when she's asking these questions, which are important to a woman who's about to get married? I want to know what we're doing financially because I'm been footing the bill. You saying you're gonna do all this? I'm hearing this, but seeing nothing. I'm still paying. So
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with Shorty trying to figure out about the financial. It does not have to take you 3 years to figure out the guy that I'm sleeping with has no plan about tomorrow. You do not have to take 3 years.
But he has no plan. But she stayed there though. But she stayed there though to know that he has no plan.
But again, even by y'all own admission, by what Dina said he puts on his page, it wasn't always like that. I don't think this has been throughout the longevity of their relationship.
I agree.
I think this is something that has happened maybe within the last year or so.
But Ruby, I have a question then. Isn't that how the relationships are, or even marriages? You know, sometimes you have your thing going on, okay? You have your finances going on, and someone else, you're gonna pull up. So why is she feeling like, I cannot do this anymore?
Because he doesn't have a plan on how to fix it. It's one thing to be unemployed. It's nothing wrong. Listen, it ain't no shame in losing your job. It happens, okay?
It happens.
It happens. You get up
COVID,
one morning, you got a job.
That. You gotta have a plan.
It ain't no shame in that. I think what she kept asking him was, what is the plan? Okay, so your money is funny right now. Things ain't looking good right now. I've been carrying us. I'm cool with that. It's me and you, it's you and me. But if I'm getting up every morning going to work and you on that couch when I leave and you on that couch when I come back, and that's been going on for months and months and months, at a certain point, We need to have an honest conversation, and I need to know that there is a plan. It don't mean the plan gonna work,
and I do agree with that. I do agree with that.
And that's all she kept asking him. She kept saying, "What is the plan?
What does it look like? What does it look like?" And I feel you, because I mean, we've all experienced whatever during COVID, and I'm used to making X amount of money. So during COVID, I was completely thrown off. But I had to get a plan together because I still got to survive. So I 100% understand that portion of it. And if there's two of you in a household, I get that you get to the point like, hey, I'm making money, you're not making money. Where is the plan? I 100% get that. But I do feel like Kenneth, and I'm not defending him, I just saying what I think, that he felt some type of way because he's like, it wasn't always like this. Like, I used to contribute, and for whatever reason, I can't contribute in this moment. And I'm working on, this XYZ. Like, he might go to selling drugs. He might go try to be a chef or cater. I don't know what, but whatever reason, he couldn't give her the business plan. That's what she wanted, was a business plan of how you gonna get some money. And at that particular moment, he didn't have it.
Hold on, did you read the comment?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. What she said that beautiful women, etc., are out of his league. You might as well call him ugly.
That's an African name. Hiya, Joba.
Oh, that must be why he came back.
Thank you.
That must be why he came back and tried to call her little ugly.
Exactly. That might be, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying Shorty is innocent at all. I'm not saying Shorty is innocent at all. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Kenneth is a manipulative guy, and I feel like him starting this YouTube channel, posting all these videos, putting all this information, it is to paint the picture a certain way. And again, she never said he's never ever done this. She said right now we cannot think about marriage until we figure this out. That's all she's saying.
And I'm not mad at her for that. I am not mad at her for that. But I think Kenneth is mad because he feels like that's the main focus. Like, I've never done nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
In the beginning of their relationship.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Fish. Go ahead, Mama. Go ahead.
In the beginning of their relationship, was it that he was the breadwinner, or they were both on equal playing field?
They were both on equal playing field.
Where's the video everybody's talking about where you saw that they hold on, shut off, Phil. Thank you for the super chat. He got a problem not with alcohol, acting like a beep, doing cartwheels, talking down to Shorty on camera, being physically intimidating. Problem. I mean, he was doing a horrible cartwheel, but he was drunk.
That was a round off.
He did two horrible cartwheels.
That was
not a round off.
Wait, how old is he?
Somebody said OnlyFans is hiring. Look, I want to know who in the world. What video did you see, Denny, where you saw how he was making financial statements? I just want to somebody to put in the chat.
Okay, so there is a video on his page where she is asleep on the couch, and he gives her $200 or $300 or whatever. And then there's another video where he took her to get her hair and nails done, and he paid for it. I think he was going through the videos and, his 1972 phone or whatever. And he was like, look, this is when I took care of her. This is when I did this. This is when I did that. Which, as a man in a relationship, it is your duty to provide. Now, those, but like hair and nails, that's extra. But he was telling her, showing that, hey, I was giving her money for bills. I was doing this. I was doing XYZ. And everybody falls on hard times. Like, at the time when, like I said, during COVID, at the time, I wasn't dating anyone. But for me, making XYZ money, you know what I'm saying? If I would have been dating someone or married or whatever, you know what I'm saying? When you lose $65,000 overnight, basically, you know what I'm saying? It's like you wake up one morning, you don't have no job. That's $65,000 gone.
I don't know how long he was broke. She got money. I really don't know. at the end of the day, they both stayed together for however long.
Right. Well, of course they would stay together. She got the settlement.
I'm saying because they came on this show, both of them knew it was a mess. At the end of the day, I just don't understand what was the purpose of coming on this show.
I'll tell you the purpose. Let me tell you the purpose.
The purpose.
Can I say my purpose?
Go ahead, Blue.
The purpose was she's been holding on to the embarrassment he caused her over the last few years with her family. We saw how the mama dogged him with her job, going on the message boards, posting stuff constantly. So she knew she didn't want to be with him. She showed us this entire season she didn't want to be with him. What she wanted to do, to me, what it seems like, is she wanted to publicly humiliate him just like he did her. And that's what bringing a broken relationship, disguising it as if, let's try to see if we can put a ring on it when you knew it was DOA.
And that's a problem. And that's a problem I have with this show. That's the problem I have with this show. Shorty, she's the oldest of them all.
Oh, no.
And you come here.
Being toxic. That's not the problem of the show. That's a problem with
people who are recruiting these people. Listen, Shay and Mike, they were the youngest. They are doing amazing things. They've been married. They are doing, and you're here as the oldest of them all. And
wait a minute.
Like
now, I think, I'm not the oldest here, but I speak as a woman of a certain age, but still looking cute. What does that have to do with anything?
That, with age comes maturity.
Not necessarily. No, ma'am. There are people who are age of 50 and 60 and still act like they are a child.
No.
And I have seen that. Very immature. And there are younger people.
Hell, my daddy didn't get grown till he was like 62 or 60. Okay, he about to turn 70 this year. So he was about 62, 63 when he finally grew up. Grew up.
We know it's a TV show, but there's like it's entertaining for us to break it down. It's also entertaining for you guys to see it. And
okay, hold on. I got a public service announcement. I'm so sorry, but there are 150 people in the chat, and we only have 50 likes. The math is not mathing.
Now y'all have been sitting here for over an hour now, trying not to say anything.
I think it takes 2 seconds to hit the like button.
I think it's because Abby has been very quiet. Okay, Abby hasn't said anything much. So Abby, what do you think? What's going on?
She loves to hear Abby.
We cannot hear you. Your mic.
Abby, you on mute.
I was still muted from before.
We cannot hear you.
One, I was triggered because I too was married to a Gemini and he used to do this exact same thing to me. So that whole situation with Shorty and Kenneth, I was very triggered by. So when you are in a relationship with a person who does what Kenneth did on this episode, you learn to not react because that's what they're trying to get you to do. They're trying to get you to flip out and go the hell off. So then he can point the finger and be like, see, look at her. Look at what she's doing. Look at what she's saying to me. Look at what she's doing to me. Not discounting all of the passive aggressive, nasty shit that you have said and or done to get me to this place. So I wanted to punch him in his face. Like she's better than me because I would have saved my trash bags and I would have just put him out. I wouldn't have gave him my suitcase. I wouldn't have gave him my trash bags. Get your things, put them in your hands. And I would have went a step further since I don't do nothing for you, since I'm not your type. Everything that I use my money to purchase must stay here. You can't, whatever you showed up with, that is what you are leaving with, sir. Take them shoes off. Take them drawers off.
Oh no, not naked.
I purchased them and I want my things. Because if that's how Hi, Grace Mercy. Say, my name is Abby. I always choose violence, beloved. I don't know if you did.
Not outside holding himself because he ain't got nothing on. Oh no!
Listen, at that point, I'm done. You can call me whatever. I'll be whatever, but you gonna be whatever on the outside of these doors of this house that you do not pay for.
Right.
Okay.
And you see, she was doing that when she was like, my couch that I paid for.
That you sit on with your outside clothes. No, sir. Them jeans that I bought you last week. And to speak to the clothing situation, because somebody said, oh, well, he wears the same clothes all the time. He must don't have no money. That's the purpose of clothes, is for you to wear them repeatedly. I don't understand the hell. That's why we have washing machines. Yes. So you can wash the clothes
and wear them again.
I don't understand. That's not how clothes work.
That do not equal if you don't have any money because
just because you are wearing the same outfits doesn't mean that you don't have any money. Now, again, I agree with y'all. Where
Lord Jesus.
I'm trying not to look at the comments. I agree with y'all. These people never should have been together. I also agree that when short, because I too was like this. This is how I got to the end of the road with my spouse.
Although
you don't have a job, okay, fine. We already married, so there's no conversation of should we get married and he ain't got no job. We have already been married. We've been married for 10 years. And the 10 years that we have been married, you haven't held a job for more than 3 months at any given time. Now, you've had some health issues, which I didn't have, which is understandable. And the way that I was raised, at this point, we are married. I was raised to be the good wife. And that is what you are supposed to do. If your husband falls, that is what your purpose for being here is, to undergird your husband until he gets back on his feet to cover the entire family.
Right.
Didn't have an issue with that. Even when we were both working and I made more money than him, he was still the head of the house. I never disrespected him in that manner or any such thing. Now, after a certain amount of time, I got tired. Okay, baby. I'm covering everything. If I'm covering everything and I see you leave the house when I leave the house to go job hunting and you get back maybe an hour or two and you have dinner waiting and the kids are all good, that's a situation that I can work with.
Right.
Because I see you making an effort and you're making it easier on me. However, if when I leave the house, you in the bed.
Oh Lord Jesus.
I done woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, got all our children dressed, got them breakfast, got them in the car. I dropped them off at school. I went to work for 10 to 12 hours. My mama got the kids from daycare and dropped them off back at the house because you at the house with no car. Wow. When I get home, my mama made sure the kids had dinner before they got back to the house. So you don't even have to do that part.
Right.
When I get home at 10, 11 o'clock at night and I come in the house and the first thing out of your mouth is what you gonna fix for us to eat?
Oh no. What?
Well, like I tell mine, if you're hungry, you'll figure it out.
I want my last break. I've already had dinner. I don't know what you gonna do. You better go in that kitchen and figure the fuck out.
I had some chilies for breakfast.
Listen, listen, I will work as long as you show me some effort and a genuine effort, and you are picking up some of the slack for me to make it easier on me while I'm covering our house. Then I can work with you until you get back on your feet. But if you are showing no effort, if you have no plan, I have had that conversation with my husband, what are you doing? What does it look like? What steps are you going to take? Are you going back to the DMV to try and get your driver's license again? Are you going to try and get your CDL so you can drive over the road? You tell me what it is. Whatever it is, I will support the plan. But I need you to have a plan.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Not.
I just need you to have a plan. Listen, I need to know that you have put that you feel a way about this situation, like I feel a way about this situation. We're not going to speak on it at each other about it. However, 100%. I need you to show me that, yes, I don't like the fact that I am not the provider of this household, and these are the steps that I am going to take to change that situation. She asked him that, and all he did was stutter and give her bullshit. So yes,
a man without a plan is destined for
disaster. Playing our game. You have lost this round. Please take your things and leave my home.
Oh no, not you, the weakest link.
That's all I was saying earlier. Because let me tell y'all something. I was my ex-boyfriend when I was living in North Carolina. Same situation. I made more money than him. He was working a temp job, so sometimes he was working, sometimes he wasn't. And he did nice things for me, Dina. I could probably, if videos were, if there was video footage back then, I would probably have videos of him giving me money to go get my nails done. I would probably have videos of him giving me a couple of $100 every once in a while. But I bet you what I wouldn't have a video for every single month when the bills would due, because he ain't do it every single month. I could probably show, you know what I'm saying? He could probably show some pictures of him taking me to the mall or of us going out to dinner. Oh yeah, we did when he had it, but it wasn't consistent. It wasn't every month. And did I love him?
And that's what every woman wants is consistency.
But that's what I'm saying. I loved him and I wanted it to work out. And to this day, going back to what Abby said, when me and him broke up, I had bought him a $300 leather coat. Now, in today's world, a $300 leather coat might not seem like a big deal, but we got to go back 20 years when I was in my night.
When $300 was like $3,000.
Okay, it was the 90s, and I was barely making. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I was making, but it wasn't a lot. Okay, I was living in North Carolina, so I wasn't making a lot of money. But I put that thing on layaway down to the Wilson's leather, and I paid on it every payday.
Boy, I used to work there. I know what you're talking about, girl.
Okay. And it was his Christmas gift. And I promise you, when we broke up, and I packed up all his shit, and I put it by the door, I'm gonna tell you what wasn't in them bags.
That $300 coat.
I know that's right. If it was, it'd be cut up and burned a little bit.
To this day, every once in a while, because me and him, we cool. To this day, every once in a while, he might ask me about that damn leather coat. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I go on Facebook and put that jacket on.
Right.
But
let me tell you this. Abby ain't lying, because back in 2001, I worked at Wilson's Leather, okay? So I know how much them coats cost, and she ain't lying.
So, and my thing, and let me say this, and let me full transparency. I saw something in Kenneth even before from the first. And y'all remember I said this from the first episode, even before people was dropping receipts, even before Shorty was saying stuff, even before Kenneth was saying stuff. I saw something, and I never, knock on wood, thank God, I've never been in an abusive relationship. But it was something in the things that he said and the things that she said. It was something about him. So I hear what y'all are saying, but I don't give Kenneth the benefit of the doubt at all. Because I feel like, my opinion, I feel like he's manipulative. I feel like he's emotionally abusive. I feel like he is a stalker, and that is dangerous because that's obsessive. And we see people every day end up on the other side. I ain't gonna go too deep, but we see people end up on the other side, and in the moment, people want to write it off. Oh, well, he was just mad. Oh, well, he was just drinking a little too much. Oh, well, he loves her. And we make excuses. And then on the other side of that, then we be sitting here going, well, damn, we saw all the signs and nobody paid attention. I don't take it lightly. I didn't take it lightly with Kenneth. And that's why, honestly, I hear what y'all are saying. And it is no disrespect, but I don't give a damn. He can post as many videos as he wants. He can post. I don't care. And I'm not saying that Shorty is innocent. That is not what I'm saying. But I will say that Shorty may not be innocent. But I think that in that relationship, in my opinion, in that relationship, Kenneth is the problem.
I hear you.
And here's the thing.
Hold on, ladies. Let me say this. I'm gonna say this. Now, I feel like that Shorty, I don't know, was a little bit, I don't want to say she was fragile, but everything she went through, I was reading about it when Dina sent me that stuff and I looked her name up, all the stuff she went through and to get in that relationship, I just seemed like it was like, I don't want to say it's a bad idea, but it was going to be a struggle from the beginning. It just seemed like, even that's why I said the DUI, even she could be with her friends, maybe she was struggling. because she had a rough time with all that lawsuit. Because when I dug into it, that lawsuit, she went through a lot, regardless of anyone brings it up or not. The stuff that man made her feel, doing that office and uncomfortable, all that crap, and nobody did anything. So when she did the lawsuit, I said, I don't blame her for doing that. He did her really, really bad, and it was a pattern with other women. So her getting with him, and even the producer sitting there saying, Kenneth, he was very close. I swear if the camera turned to whatever, the producer was sitting right there. It was very obvious that he was thinking something was going to happen, and his eyes did look scary.
Right. Production doesn't break the fourth wall if they don't have to, because they know they're filming and it's gonna mess up the scene. So when they involve themselves like that, it's because, and remember, they see what we don't see. That argument probably went on for hours.
Yeah, probably did.
We saw 10, 15 minutes. That argument had to have gone. I mean, they had time to pack up all them bags and stuff. That argument went on for a long time.
Yes, it did.
And for production to have to step in,
But here's the lesson of the day.
Real quick,
the lesson.
I'm gonna agree. Sorry. Real quick, I'm gonna agree with Really B as far as the fourth wall in production. Like, I do think it went on for a long time. He was getting a little. I mean, obviously, he was irate and out of the box and out of pocket and inappropriate. I agree with Sister Ebby. Like, it was a very scary scene. Like, especially when he was laughing, ha 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 ha. Like, that is like, that's that psycho stuff. Girl, that's that psycho stuff. And then the other thing I wanted to say is that I could totally relate to Shorty in the things that she was asking, going back to what Dina said earlier. She's asking for a plan. She's asking, hey, where are we going to go? And I think that's normal in our relationships. I think, like, as women and, men, if we make it a habit to say, okay, we're here. So where, what's the plan? Where are we going? How are we going to get there? I think we'd have more successful relationships if we communicated and had a plan. So I agree with all of you ladies on this part.
Sorry, you have no children with this man. You have no children with this man. You have your career going on. I do not see any reason why you're in this toxic relationship.
Well, they out of it now.
And Maud, what I was about to say, because I wanted
your finances in order.
Maud, what I was about to say is, I think we as some women.
Hold on, Mama.
I hear you. Let me finish. You have your finances in order. You have paid for this couch. The guy owes you money. The guy owes you money. You keep telling us the guy owes you money. What is it that is keeping you in this relationship? And that's what I say. It doesn't matter how the D is good.
It might not be.
It doesn't matter. How is your
maybe it's the gumbo?
Why do people? And this is something, when I came to this country, I was like, what? What does it have to do with so much? Why do women put so much emphasis on the D?
And mine, I don't think it's that. This is what I'm about to say. So when we as women, or
ladies, Dina, please tell me why?
I'm trying.
I'm trying to tell you. She's trying.
I'm over here dying. Confessions.
I'm trying. Here's the thing.
Hold on. Wait. One at a time. I'm not meeting nobody. I don't do that.
Wait. Excuse me, Stacy.
Dana.
Did you see Stacy's boobies?
That's all we see is boobs.
I did.
Look, y'all. I'm trying it. See, here's the thing. A lot of women, I'm not gonna generalize all, but a lot of women fall in love with the potential of, but where they get messed up in the plan. When they get messed up in the plan is that they are in love with the potential and they want it more for them than the person wants it themselves. And that's where the problem is. Like, you can fall in love with the potential of a man and he's working every day to get to that goal and you're supporting him and it works. But then there's the other situation where basically ghost writes his potential. He's fluffing you up. He's telling you he wants to do XYZ, but he's not behind the scenes making that happen. So you are in love with the potential of what could be for the person, but he's not making the strides to make it happen. So the problem is that you want it more for that person, male or female. You want it more for that person than they want it for themselves. And that's where the problem lies, because I can't go to work for you. I can't make it pop for you. I can support you, but I can't do everything for you to get to where you're at, because that's not my wheelhouse or blah, 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 whatever.
And for you to figure it out, that took you 3 years to realize that. 3 years.
But again, Maud, it doesn't start off bad. You make it seem like on the very first day, the man treated her bad. It didn't start off bad.
Y'all know I went through this. I personally went through this, where it started off great. It started off with a plan, but at the same time, somewhere in between there, I saw the potential in the person, and I wanted it more than the person wanted it itself. And they feed off that energy. I call them leeches, vultures, whatever. They gravitate to a host and suck the life out of them. Use your connections, use your energy. This is that and the third. And you're so focused on pumping them up and getting them out there and doing everything, but they're doing nothing. But they're letting everybody else in their circle do everything for them, and then they reap the benefits. So what I'm saying is, to all the ladies and men out there, you cannot want it for someone more than they want it for themselves. If you see that they're not doing what they need to do to get it there, don't invest yourself in that manner, because you're going to do all the work and they're doing nothing.
What'd you say, Stacey? I couldn't hear you, Mama.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Stacey? Guys. Didn't mean to flash, y'all. I didn't know my camera had come on.
Always saw
yes, you did.
Always saw boobies.
Oh wow, she left with the devil. Okay. Anybody have any closing words? Because
we didn't even get to Charlie and Otis.
Okay, let's get to Charlie and Otis.
Can I summarize Charlie and Otis?
You can. I'm good with that.
Listen. Charlie and Otis are the two pettiest mofos that I've ever seen.
Yes.
Charlie went on that last date despite Otis. Otis been on that last date despite Charlie, and they are 5-year-olds. You talk about somebody acting young. They are 5-year-olds. He wasn't interested in that woman, and it showed, and that was disrespectful to her.
It was.
And she wasn't a bit more interested in him. And listen, as much as I hate to admit that Otis was right, Otis was absolutely right. Did you hear the way he was talking to her and the way he was talking about her? He doesn't respect that woman. All he was trying to do was to see if he could get her in bed. That is it. That is all. That's all.
And then on top of that, when Otis was on that date with the girl in the very beginning, it was like pulling teeth from a chicken. Like, can you show this girl any kind of sort of some type of interest? And then finally he started speaking to her, but he was just like, oh, let's get some food. Let's do this. Like, he was fucking up the food, and this is that and that. I was like, you on a date with somebody and you have given them negative 1,000 attention, and you focus more on this food that y'all eating. Like, this is just a get back date.
Wait, what? The hair color was everything I needed to see. Not the Chris Brown. Y'all are wrong for that. Who? Oh, that's Stacey calling Chris Brown.
That's pretty much all I had to say on Charlie and Otis. They all need to break up, go get therapy, and maybe in 2 to 3 years go date somebody else.
Yes, I agree.
Me too, Capricorn. I'd have got my happy ass up and left the way Otis was acting. I'd have been like, sir, clearly you don't want to be here, and neither do I. Goodbye.
I'd have got my food to go. I'd have got mine to go. Stacey, they brought up. They called Chris Brown. They call him Chris Brown. You remember you called him Chris Brown? So
baby Chris Brown, little baby Chris.
I feel bad for him.
Otis really got on my nerves this episode because he's a liar. Oh my goodness! Like, why he gotta lie? Why he gotta lie, Craig? Like, he's talking about like you can see how toxic Otis is because look at how he brought up just was so negative about this man that he don't even know, and then how disrespectful he was on this third date. Like you could at least appear to be more engaging, and I don't know how they edited it, but she was clearly saying it's awkward, whatever.
Awkward.
Like he wasted her time. She felt shitty after it, but that's what he has a proven track record of doing, making people feel shitty. And there's really no excuse for that grown ass man to act like that. And then you're gonna pretend like, oh, I don't care, I'm not bothered. And well, he's only. I mean, what guy talks about his relationship in threesomes? Somebody that's being transparent. If he's saying, if Lil Chris Brown was like, this is who I was, this is what I've done in the past, now I'm ready to do something differently, you can't knock that for him. And then Charlie, she did wrong for having diarrhea in the goddamn mouth, trying to make others jealous. Like she was wrong.
She got so mad. She was mad. I think she was mad for the rest of the season. Charlie, when she was mad for the entire rest of the season. When she got mad, she was mad. She was in that mode the entire rest. It's a hot mess with the two of them. I feel like they're petty as crap. I feel like they was there to say, well, I'm gonna get more dates than you. No, I'm gonna get more dates than you. You know, it was just it was cringy. Anybody got any final words for this hotmess.com?
No, wait, can I add to that? They weren't there to say I'm gonna get more dates than you.
I want to hear Abby's
they were there because
close the coffin.
Otis wanted her to know that nobody else will want you but me. So you don't have no options. That's what he was trying to do. That's why they're here.
Oh, last rights. Yep. Let's say last rights. Abby. Last rights. You always get the last rights.
Yeah, throw us a good ebonism out here today.
We at the end now. Okay,
yes, that's right. Then Tim to close the door. I love it.
Come to the end. Oh, now I'm singing by myself. I thought you was gonna work with me.
Don't let Loretta gas you up because she's gonna sing three words of the song.
I see that.
Really
right.
I sing. Don't do that. I sing the whole song. I just don't feel like y'all appreciate my musical.
Well, I was appreciating and was gonna sing with you, and then you let
we're
me
gonna sing. Although it comes to the end of the road, it's gonna be the end of the live.
All right.
The shenanigans and the foolishness. First of all, ain't nobody choking for Otis misshapen head ass.
Oh no.
Go somewhere and sit down. I don't like you. There's something about you that don't sizzle right in my spirit. There's something about that Charlie girl. She don't sizzle right in my spirit either. I feel like y'all two peas of the same petty pod. Maybe y'all do belong together because I don't want y'all infecting nobody else with your foolishness. Y'all just stay together in the corner with each other, making each other miserable, and leave the rest of us alone.
The hell alone.
Just leave us alone.
Everybody choosing violence today.
Fonzo and Shay are listen. The best apology is changed behavior. Shay, if his behavior don't change, if give him 3-4 months. If the behavior don't change at that point, baby, it ain't ever gonna change. Walk away. Get your purse and walk away. If you have done all of this extreme, if you've gone to Vegas and stood in front of Elvis and Jesus and said y'all was gonna be together, and now you done been on national TV talking about put a ring on it, and 3 to 4 months from now his behavior still has not changed. It ain't never gonna change. As long as you continue to accept it, he gonna continue to do it. Get your person go. Shorty and Kenneth, go. Both of y'all go separately away from each other. Go get the help that you need.
Right,
because y'all both are broken and y'all can't, and it's not a good situation for either one of you.
Well, anybody else have anything to say? I pretty much did for me.
That cleared it up right there.
There's no better way than that.
I want to really be the scene, the end after Ma gives her. And Ma, please let's not do because I really want to go to bed.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna say Kwaheri.
Okay, really big. Let's go. Let's go, really big.
Although we come to the
end of the road, still I can't let go. Oh, sorry, my bad. That's my song.
You belong.
They was just hearing concert.
Goodbye.
Don't none of y'all quit y'all day job trying to sing nothing.
Oh, I know I ain't never gonna be nobody's singer entertainer.
I love all of y'all.
I actually can sing a little bit.
So
But
we gonna take the men's
Look,
side
I'm gonna hire y'all to sing in my wedding.
I know I can.
Jesus.
Come on,
I know I can.
I'm there, baby. I'm there. I'm there.
I got taught and everything. It's in my blood. I know it. I just be playing with y'all. All right, now let me close it down.
Don't show us your boobs like that again. Don't do
We're
that.
gonna close the door.
We don't nightmares.
And we're gonna close the door.
That's it.
Oh,
There
wait,
you go,
what?
Stacey.
Oh my God.
There
And
you
we're
go.
gonna-
Okay, Stacey, the titties is tittying.
Yes, the titties is tittying.
Somebody
Come on, where you about to go, hot mama?
I can't wait. I cannot wait to show y'all the charcuterie board that I made. Ooh, wait till I show y'all pictures later on.
You know what? I don't even eat that. But I bet it's
you
cute.
know. Bye.
Bye.